Asha frequented a niche horror chat room, Herb Hornet, where strange users shared creepy stories and whispered urban legends. It was there she met someone with the handle Nixthread, a name she initially found unsettling. You see, Asha had always feared cats. Their silent tread, their twitching tails, their eyes, slitted things that glowed even without light. Ever since a mangy Tom had scratched her as a child, she'd felt watched, from alley shadows, windowsills, even dreams. She often woke breathless, sure a weight had just lifted off her chest. She could never keep a pet, never enter homes with cats. Even cat memes online made her shiver. And yet, regardless of her fear, she ran into cats everywhere, on doorsteps, rooftops, buses, even the seats beside her in empty train cars. Always watching, always closer, as if something had marked her, and they had been waiting ever since. Nixthread was not like the other people she knew online, or indeed in her real life. His messages were clever, funny, and strangely intimate. He talked about old folklore, shapeshifters, spirits, skinwalkers. They shared dreams and digital confessions. Over the course of months, Asha had started to feel something for the stranger. Something she didn't quite understand. One message he sent stuck with her. Ever feel like something's marked you? And now it's everywhere. Watching, following, waiting. She hesitated, fingers hovering over the keys, then replied that she had. She told Nixthread it had started after she was scratched by a cat, as if the scratch had marked her. An hour passed before Nixthread wrote back, asking where the scratch was. When she answered, left forearm, Nixthread replied, "We're kin then. It always starts with the scratch." Asha laughed it off, certain it was only a joke. Days later came the photo, a blurry, low-light image of someone crouched on a rooftop. A hoodie hung off their too slender frame. Their eyes burned white, like soldering iron tips. She was intrigued. She asked for a better photo, a clearer one. But she received none. Instead, Nixthread deflected with jokes, riddles, cryptic one-liners. Still, their conversations deepened, grew more personal, more frequent. And with each message, Asha's intrigue only sharpened, blurring into desire. There was something magnetic about him. Dangerous, yes, but alluring in a way she couldn't explain. One night, Nixthread sent her a message asking to meet. When she asked where, he said he would come to her place. The reply made her breath catch. She asked when, and he told her it would be when her parents were not home. The thought both thrilled and unsettled her. She hesitated, typing that she was not sure. His next message was simple. He would not come unless she invited him. She stared at the message for a long time. Days passed, then weeks. He never brought it up again, but kept talking to her every night. Sweet, strange, constant, like a thread pulling tighter around her thoughts, around her will. The charming stranger who first appeared as a string of glowing words on a black screen had started to dig his claws deep into her curious, lonely mind. And then, one Friday night, her parents left for a party. The house was hers. She hesitated, paced, then finally typed, "You can come," along with her address. She watched the chat room, waiting for his reply. But there was nothing. Only silence, until a few minutes later, when a new message appeared. "I'm already close." She felt her heart was going to leap out of her chest. "Downstairs, now," the latest message read. Her heart skipped when someone banged on the door. She hesitated only a moment before grabbing her phone and heading down the stairs, each creaking step loud in the stillness. The hallway light flickered overhead as she approached the door. Her pulse thrummed in her ears. Every instinct screamed at her to turn back, to lock her door and shut the laptop and forget Nick's thread ever existed. But she wanted to see him, needed to. Her hand trembled as she turned the knob. The cold hit her first, unnatural and sharp. She stepped out onto the porch. Nothing. No one on the street. No one under the flickering street lamp. No footsteps retreating. No whisper of movement. Just silence. Where was he? She wondered. And yet she felt watched. She stood there a full minute, breath fogging in the air, then backed into the house and locked the door. Every shadow now looked too deep. Every creak made her flinch. She climbed the stairs slowly, gripping the banister. Halfway up, something made her freeze. A scraping at her window. Her heart dropped into her stomach. She bolted the last few steps and stumbled into her room, just in time to see something pulling itself through the open window. Nick's thread climbed in. He was roughly human. But he moved with an impossible grace. His hoodie hung loose over a wiry frame. His spine arched unnaturally. His pupils were long vertical slits. His mouth curved in a smile. Too many teeth. He stretched, vertebrae cracking like dry twigs. Asha didn't scream. She couldn't. Something ancient and silent pressed down on her, rooting her to the floor as Nick's thread unfolded in front of her like a shadow given form. In the dim glow of her desk lamp, his eyes shimmered, feral, gleeful, patient. Behind him, more shapes began to emerge through the window, lithe, twitching, slinking into her room with unnatural quiet. The scent of fur, blood, and decay filled her lungs. She tried to speak, to move, to resist, but she had already invited him in. And in that final moment, before the dark closed over her, she understood. The scratch had never healed, because it was never meant to. "It's been so long, Marked One," the creature said.